to the best small business podcast, where we deliver powerful insights, breakthrough ideas, and simple solutions to make your business unbelievably successful. I'm Rich G.
And I'm BJ Flagg, and this is episode 179. You plan to retire in 10 years, and the economy had a different idea. Yes.
Oh boy, this is going to be a hot one.
Let's just give it a minute to sink in. Yeah.
Well, this is something that every business owner has to come to, the reality that, are you just going to close your business down? Are you going to sell it? What are you going to do with it? But things happen. Things happen like the pandemic, suddenly a lot of businesses, the past year hasn't fit into your business retirement plan.
Exactly. And there's just so many businesses that have been hit so hard. And, some have been just basically decimated.
Yeah. Like travel, conferences, events.
Yeah. AirBNB, so many different businesses. And, we're kind of here to kind of give you a little bit of help to recover with a few insights and ideas that, we've seen and really have had to use with so many of our clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive right into our tips. Tip number one is,
and try to stay positive, Rich.
I'm going to stay positive. I'll take some medication. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Get over the disappointment. Okay. And this is the big one. Yes. I run into this with clients all the time. When they suffer a disappointment in their career or business or anything, they kind of dig a hole and live in it for months. And it's like, I understand. Okay. The economy ruined your plans. Okay. Right. It's time to have your pity party. Buy the balloons, buy the cake, and have your party.
I know. And once that's over, it's time to get back on the horse and start focusing on what your next steps are going to be. You just cannot go it alone.
Yeah. Bring in your accountant, your attorney, your coach, your marketing resources to help you rejigger your old plan into a new plan. And that's the most important thing. It's like, don't dig a hole and live in it for months, even years, because it's not going to help you. It's not going to help your business. But have your disappointment, wallow in it for a few days, but then say, I got to get back on the horse.
Yeah. And really, tip number 2, now let's readjust your plan. Grab all that advice that you just got from all the different advisors that you've trusted for so many years and start the readjusting. And you didn't plan on this, but get listening to all of them. You need to take it in, and not just the present market conditions, but how did the trajectory of business in general change?
Yeah, it's kind of like when your house is hit by a tornado. You're disappointed, you're shocked and everything. Get past that. But then you have to sit down with your insurance person, your advisor, and figure out, what are my next steps to get my house fixed? And so we've all been through major technological changes during the pandemic, and it's been over a year. So this has changed how business is done. So what do you need to do to adjust your plan and ditch things that make no sense anymore?
Yeah. And, really financially, what we're really coming down to is the financial impact of everything. You need to make some major concessions on your timing, so buckle up and don't let that hold you back. You can go left or you can go right. We need you to just stay on the path, buckle it down, and get going.
And trust your gut, too. That's very important. You have so many years experience, so really double down on your intuition. Again, don't be fearful. You need to readjust your plan. It might not be a direction that you that is going to be comfortable. You thought you were going to just smoothly slide into retirement. That's not going to happen anymore. You're going to need to make some major concessions, but then trust your gut.
Yeah. I mean, when you really think about it, Rich, so many of these people who we've been talking with and all that kind of stuff, they have 20, 30 years in the business.
Yeah.
And I say to them, guys, you don't have a year into the business. You don't have 5 years into the business. You have 30 years of experience.
Yeah.
So start looking back at what worked. You have a huge advantage to make this work.
Tip number 3 is it might not be as valuable as you once thought. I'm like Johnny Raincloud today, aren't I? I'm bringing all the bad stuff.
This is such a good thing to think about. I like this tip.
Yeah, it might not be. I mean, and I hate to say this, but you have to, what's going to happen is when you get together with your advisors, things are going to happen. So I tell my clients to keep their eyes peeled 360 degrees to changes in the market. Yep. Understand what's going on, what's growing and what is shrinking, what has died. I mean, think of all those people who owned record CD stores 20, 30 years ago. They thought they were going to slide right into retirement. Camera shops, dry cleaners, bookstores.
Think about that and just understand the shifts in the marketplace. What's growing, what's shrinking, and how does that affect your future plans? Now is not the time to kind of dig in and stick with it and say, no, I think everybody will still want this. No.
Yeah, there's a lot of hoping there, hoping and praying that, oh yeah, they're gonna want my stuff, and it's like, I'm telling.
A different CD. It's a different type of CD.
Yeah, I'm telling it's funny. Record stores are doing well again, so you never know. Like 40 years later, but what's interesting is there's a lot of hoping and praying, but it's like you need to get real with yourself and understand what's the real problem here? I've told my clients, I honestly think events and conventions are they're not going to disappear, but they're going to be drastically reduced because of people realizing that virtual ones, businesses are not going to spend $8,000 to send you to Las Vegas anymore.
Yeah.
For a convention when you could do it virtually for pennies on the dollar. The second thing is these people running these events are probably going to do a virtual and an in-person. And the virtual, they save so much money. They don't have to, maybe they'll say, I don't need to have a hotel, I don't have to have a conference center anymore.
Yeah. And that really goes back to the shifts in the marketplace.
Yeah.
People are going to come out of the pandemic having learned a phenomenal amount of technological benefits. That those are all staying with us.
Yeah, I mean, and the average person's going to go, do I really want to lose a week of time at work to go to Las Vegas? And it's like, no, not really. Yeah, there's the fun of going to Las Vegas, but any of us that have gone to a conference realize it's airport, hotel, conference center, hotel, airport. It's not like you're touring France or Paris. You're in a fluorescent lit building the entire time.
Conditioned building, yes.
So what's our fourth tip?
Find ways to accelerate your goal. So you've done your planning, you've kind of gotten it. Now I need you to say, you didn't think that the end of your career was going to be this much hustling. But yes, now it is. And it's time for a big finish. It's time for you to realize, okay, I'm not, kind of going slowly into my retirement. I'm going out with a big bang.
Yeah.
So, you have to re-energize yourself.
Yeah, you have to be brave. Shed anything you don't think will grow at the rate for you to realize a profit. This is where your courage comes in. That is a different mindset, but it's a necessary change. You are not in build mode as much as energizing what you have going on right now, fine-tuning and making it stronger. That's the phrase. You need to make it stronger.
Yeah. And think short-term extensions on what you already do. So we're not doing big things. What we're doing is, like, if you're thinking about product, limited editions on items, Get social media to work for you. Get things happening, but it's short. Then, with services, think of a limited time offer of an expanded service. Constantly be upping it and switching it around. This is going to reap a reward faster than any kind of a capital investment. You don't want to go into capital investment right now.
Yeah, you might have to, like we said, shed some stuff, get rid of it. You have to look at your profit and loss. What are the products? What are the services that provide the biggest bang for the time that you're in there? Those are the ones you should focus on, and the other ones you need to shed.
Yeah,
and keep focusing. And again, look at your environment around you and understand what's changed, what's going on, where are the opportunities out there.
Right. And really, it's a great time for you to help the present clients you have and build and work on that gold. That is going to be a very big benefit for you going forward. So we have a great resource today.
Yeah, it's a resource I recommend to a number of my clients who are thinking of retiring. It's a great book. It's called Half Retire. Keep Your Business, Ditch the Stress. And it's by, you could pronounce this, BJ.
Yes, Jim Muehlhausen.
Yeah. Entrepreneur Jim has turned his attention to the problems facing experienced business owners. 10 years ago, business owners turning 65 were not selling their businesses and retiring. As Jim researched the issues, he found that owners were
simply could not afford to sell the company. They wanted to stay active.
Yeah.
And they wanted to maintain the business for their employees.
Yep.
Yeah.
So by studying thousands of business owners, Jim saw a select few that had shifted from working income to equity income. So owners earn money by owning the business, not working in it. By collecting their best practices and augmenting them, Jim created the Half Retire Blueprint. This step-by-step process helps business owners like you create a profitable alternative to selling your business via half retirement, allowing you to shift your focus and find your balance. It's a great book.
Yeah. And we're just giving you that. We have a real excellent podcast coming up that's going to be a little bit more into this issue. So we want you to get your homework done and finish this book.
And that's it for today.
Thank you to our producer and editor, Richard Scalzo.
Richard.
Everything Happened. Bringing you the best small business podcast every Tuesday. Have an unbelievable week.
Catch you later.